The Ragnar mug rug is an easy and quick crochet project. It makes a great gift and is an amazing stash buster. In your screen now, you will find all the materials you will need to make yourself a crochet mug rug for your favorite beverage. Let's dive in. Start by making a slip knot and chain 19. Try and make this initial chain a bit loose. Turn your chain over. Do you see these small bumps? They are called back bumps, and this is where you will be inserting your hook into. Skip the first stitch. For row 1, start by making 1 slip stitch in each back bump across. Keep your slip stitches loose again. When you reach the end of the row, chain 1 and turn. You will be working in the back loops only for this row. So, for row 2, we have to slip stitch in back loops only. Remember to keep your slip stitches loose once again. When you reach the end of row 2, chain 2 and turn. We will start working the mini bean stitch now. For row 3, we are going to skip the first stitch and work our first mini bean in the second stitch. Row 3 will also be worked in the back loop only. Insert your hook in the back loop only of the second stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. You now have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all loops on your hook. Chain 1. You have completed your first mini bean stitch. Let's see it again. Skip 1 stitch, insert your hook in the back loop only of the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. You now have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all loops on your hook. Chain 1. Let's see this a couple of more times. Skip the next stitch, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all loops on your hook. Chain 1. Continue in the same manner all the way across. This is what it looks like after you have completed a few mini bean stitches. Meet me at the end of the row. Place your last mini bean stitch at the very last stitch. Chain 2 and turn your work. In all rows from now on, you will be placing your mini bean stitches at the side of the mini bean of the previous row. and not the chain 1 space. This is the chain 1 space, and this is the side of the mini bean stitch. The chain 1 space might look a bit bigger, but the side of the stitch is closer to the actual mini bean. You'll be placing all your stitches here from now on. Start row 4 with 1 mini bean stitch at the side of the bean stitches of the previous row. Repeat all the way across. Take your time identifying the correct placement at first. It will get easier over time. Continue with 1 mini bean stitch at the side of the mini bean stitch below and meet me at the end of the row. When you reach the end of your row, it might be a bit harder to spot the correct placement of the last mini bean stitch. Just aim toward the end of your stitch, and you will find a place that your hook will glide with ease. Complete your last stitch, chain 2, and turn your work. For rows 5 to 13, you will repeat row 4. That means 1 mini bean stitch at the side of the bean stitch of the previous row. Always chain 2 at the end of your row and turn your work. Continue until you reach row 13. When you finish row 13, chain 1 instead of 2 and turn your work, you are almost done. This is how it looks, and have you noticed that it's totally reversible? For rows 14 and 15, you'll be working in the back loop only. 1 slip stitch in the back loop only in each stitch across. Chain 1 at the end of row 14 and turn. Repeat the same for row 15. When you reach the end, remove your hook, enlarge the loop, and cut your yarn. Now let's add some fringe. This is my very scientific method of cutting pieces of yarn. You could use a tassel maker if you have one, but it's not necessary. First, start by measuring a piece of yarn that's about 5 inches, 12.5 centimeters long. Use this strand of yarn to cut 2 more. This is your first fringe. I am adding 3 strands of yarn to every fringe and 7 fringe total on each side. This means you are going to need 42 strands of yarn to cover both sides of your mug rug. Let me show you how to attach your first one, and you can continue in the same way for the rest of them. First, decide which one is your right side and which one is your wrong side. The bottom part will be a bit stiffer and narrower than the upper, but a little blocking can fix that issue. Grab a crochet hook that's a bit larger than the one you were working on by now. It must be able to fit all 3 strands of yarn. Insert your hook at the corner. Grab all 3 strands of yarn and pull through. Yarn over with all 3 strands and pull through. This might be a bit tricky because they are very short. That's it! You are done. Your first little tassel is attached. Continue by placing fringe in equal distance across one side of your mug rug and then the other. Weave in all your ends and you are done. Congratulations! Enjoy your new project and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!